Welcome back to Dalzell Field. A new 10 minutes have been put on the clock as both teams' captains meeting at midfield. It looks like City High has won the toss and will elect to receive the football. So the Little Hawks and Mustangs with their final handshakes, pleasantries being exchanged at midfield. Iowa City High in the traveling white jersey tops with the red lettering and numerals and black trim, with the silver pants with the red and black stripes down the side. Dubuque Hempstead in their Green Bay Packer-esque type gear. Green tops with the gold numerals and white trim. Solid gold jersey. At their own 5-yard line for Iowa City High. Phil Kenny and Dorian Davis. The official's whistle sounds. Garrigus approaches the ball. A high, somewhat short kick. It will be fielded by Kenny at his own 15. Waits for the wall to form. The 20, the 25, out to the 30. I thought for a second he had a bit of room. He got tripped up. I couldn't tell who it was in a sea of green and gold. And if somebody doesn't catch his angle, he might still be running.
It's Jacob Peters that just got in there right at the end to trip him up there. Great wall there being formed there by City High on that kick return. And like you said, just that one man tripped him up there at the ankle there. He could have been off to the races.
They'll spot it at the Little Hawks 30-yard line. 1st and 10. D.P. Iman, the 6-foot, 168-pound senior, out of the shotgun. One back behind him. It will be Kenny. They fake the handoff. He'll keep it right side. Finds a hole. 35, 40. Stiff arms a man. Still on his feet. Out past the 45, just shy of midfield as he's brought down at about the 48-yard line.
So right away we're going to see that versatility there of D.P. Iman. Just a straight give there as he had the football, took it all the way right to himself there and just picked up a nice gain of 10 yards.
10 yards is exactly what they'll give him. 1st and 10 from the City High 48. Clock runs, and again, the Little Hawks will go with the no-huddle offense. Slots to the near and far side, as are the receivers. Out of the shotgun, fakes the handoff to Kenny. Going deep, he's got a man wide open downfield. It is complete, caught, busts the coverage, and into the end zone. It is a touchdown to Ben Evans, the 6-foot, 156-pound junior. The celebration may be premature, though, in the City High end zone, as we've got a flag down at about the 45-yard line, and this one will go against City High.
Oh, that one hurts. You have a nice 52-yard completion there. Evans just completely beat his defender down the field, had 2 steps on him. A great throw by Iman. Great job by the lineman giving him time to throw the ball, but I think the reason they had time is we're going to have a holding call here probably.
This one coming back, and a huge blow on just the second play of the ball game. A 52-yard touchdown pass from D.P. Iman to Ben Evans being called back. And I think I say illegal downfield. An illegal receiver downfield. It came out of the shotgun. It didn't seem like Iman held the ball that long, Mark.
Not at all, and from the placement of the flag, it looked like it was near the line of scrimmage, too. I wouldn't think that would be that call from there. Interesting.
Very. So back him up. Ball now rests at the City High 43. 1st down and 15. Out of the shotgun again, Iman looks right, fakes it, then pitches to Kenny, trying to sweep around the far side, and he has nothing there. Stacked up and brought down short of the 40 at about the 39-yard line. Nice job by Dubuque Hempstead not biting on the fake, and City High now moving the wrong way.
Yeah, that just went nowhere. There was no blocking out there on the end for Kenny at all. He was out there by himself, 1-on-2, and not much he could do there.
So we are looking at 2nd and long. They'll say a loss of 2 on the play to Phil Kenny, who rushed for 188 yards last week. An inauspicious beginning as we have an empty backfield. A slot and a receiver far side. Iman out of the shotgun. It's the quarterback draw. Out across the 40, the 45. Scoots past one man. Sidesteps another. Still on his feet. Finally corralled at about the 48-yard line. Back to the original line of scrimmage. It will bring up 3rd and roughly 10.
Right now, Iman, the leading rusher for City High, picks up 19 yards so far. But nice footwork there. Just showed how very elusive he is as he just dodged away from about 2 or 3 tacklers there.
And they'll give him 8 on that play. Makes it 3rd down and 9. Out of the shotgun, Iman rolling out near side, has all day to throw. He'll tuck it away, sidesteps a man at the 45, the 50, comes back, gets a great block, still on his feet. Inside the 45 of Dubuque Hempstead, dives forward. He will be close, but it looks like maybe just a bit shy of the 1st down marker.
Again, Iman has impressed me with his ability to run that football. He's not afraid. He's going right at those defenders, making them come up, and he's using his athletic ability to make a miss. And every time he's running that football, he's out in the open by himself. He's not got a lot of help with him right there.
Coming up just shy. He picked up 7. He needed 9. Now remember here, Iman is also your punter on 4th and 2 at the Hempstead 45. Hempstead doesn't have anybody back to receive. They finally now do. Corey Krug goes back. It's a quick snap and a good punt by Iman. Backing him up at the 10, and a fair catch will be called. Wise idea by Cody Krug as the special teams were bearing down on him, specifically number 11, Ryan Alberhaski. So good news, they get the ball. The silver lining, though, for City High, they've pinned the Mustangs deep in their own territory. 1st and 10, they'll call it from the Mustang 9.
If you're City High and Coach Sabers, you got to be a little disappointed here not getting points on that board when you had a great play called back and then you just get your offense stalled after that. Hopefully we can get the defense fired up here and get the ball back with some decent field position.
Nick Edwards, 6'2", 175. The junior quarterback will bring him up out of the wing tee, and we have a delay in play here. We have an equipment problem.
I think the official's just coming back from the sideline there.
Not exactly sure what he got tripped up, tangled up with the chain gang there possibly. Wanted to chat with Dan Sabers, who knows?
Dinner plan's possible.
Strong side will be to the right. Edwards with a very long count. The handoff will go to the second back off the right side, out across the 15, out close to the 20. And we actually have a new man, not in the starting lineup here for Coach Ehlers, that gets the call. We'll check our spotting charts
Thomas,
here.
I believe.
Number 41.
It's Calvin Thomas.
Thomas with a good gain of 8, though, to start the ball game. But you know what? Coach Ehlers already playing head games with us up here in the booth.
Caught us off guard.
Boy, did he ever. Gain of 8. 2nd down and 2. Ashley, the power back, gets the call left side. Bowls right through a huge hole as he's across the 25, out to the 26, 27-yard line. There's that power football out of the wing tee, and you need a back like Eric Ashe. Only 5'10", 205, but he keeps those legs pumping. He is thick from the waist down.
And that's what we expected to see tonight out of this Hempstead team, is just that straightforward football out of Ashe there. And the line did a great job of just creating a seam there for Ashe to come through, and he barreled his way through and picked up another 5 yards after he got through that line of scrimmage.
1st and 10 from the 26. The ball sits in the middle of the field. Edwards with another long count. The handoff will come to the slot back near side, and nothing doing as he is immediately wrapped up and brought down in the backfield. This will be a loss of about a good 4 or 5 yards. Trying to get the number on the young man that brought him down. Nico Botembe, number 50. Boy, he almost came in untouched, Mark. He was there almost after the ball was put right in his breadbasket.
It looks like they stunted where he crossed around right there through the other gap there and got right in that Hempstead backfield and made a nice tackle for about a 4-yard loss.
Make it 2nd down and 13. Strong side again to the right. Ball sits on the near hash. They'll put a man in motion. That'll be Denlinger, far to near side. Hand off to the up back. That's Ashe in between the tackles, grinding forward, out across the 25, out to about the 27, maybe the 28. Very tough 4 yards earned there by the Hempstead fullback, and that will bring up 3rd down and long.
Creates a passing situation, and we know that they have the ability to throw the football. Against Cedar Falls, they had a very balanced attack, about 280-some yards, and about 116 of them, I believe, were through the air. So we know that they are capable of throwing that football in the air. Alex Smith out in the corner is going to have to be aware of where Mr. Gross is.
Yep. He lines up wide to the far side. Slot man will be Denlinger, the wing back near side. Strong side will be to the left. On 3rd down and 7, the ball rests at the 29. Handoff goes up the gut. Instead, everybody thinking pass, and it catches City High off guard as Ashe bulls his way across the 35 out to the 40-yard line, and that's more than enough for a 1st down.
Great play there. They had everybody on the defense going different ways there. They faked, they going the other way, faked the pass, and it just gave it to Ashe. And some people weren't reading their keys there, and Ashe just barrels his way forward to the 40 and another 1st down for Hempstead.
Gain of about 13 yards on the play. Make it 1st down and 10. Gross wide to the near side, Denlinger to the far side. Again, out of that wing tee, the strong side will be to the right. Play action, rolling out near side. Edwards looks downfield, fires. Gross complete across the 50 inside the City High 45 before he's run out of bounds at the 44-yard line.
Edwards there just rolls out to his left, has all sorts of time. Good job by the offensive line there. Great route running there. Good throw, good completion. And right now, Hempstead's moving the ball pretty easily.
16 yards on the completion. What's probably more disturbing, too, is he didn't look off Gross. He was the only receiver in that progression. He rolled out against his body, and he's got a pretty decent arm. He just showed us something there, throwing across his body and on the money. Gross didn't even have to flinch, right on the sideline with the catch. 1st and 10 from the 44. The handoff goes to Ashe, left side. Stacked up. Alberhaski is there leading the charge. Another duo of City High players there to also put the pads on him. Those include number 44, Sean Hosseini, and number 77, Jake Vilhauer.
Nice job there by the City High defense, especially Alberhaski. Stayed home on that end position there, read it the whole way, and just stepped up and made the play, and no gain there for Hempstead, and creates a 2nd and long.
This will be the 6th play of the drive. 2nd down and 10 from the 44. We are under 6 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. No score between City High and Hempstead. Mustangs with the ball on the move, though. They'll send a man in motion. The handoff goes to the up back Ashe. Hit it hard right as he crosses the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of 1, and that'll probably be the toughest spot 1 of the ball game, as Nico Botembe just lowered his helmet and left shoulder pad right into the breadbasket of Eric Ashe. He's bending over right now, Sterno. I think he just got the wind knocked out of him.
Yeah, he probably did, but he also made one heck of a play. I tell you what, he got in there just like a missile out of his defensive tackle position. Right now, he's playing a great game for City High.
3rd down and 9, a gain of a short 1 for Hempstead. Another passing situation as they'll line up twins to the far side. Edwards under center. City High showing blitz. They're coming after him as he rolls out. Hempstead picks it up, fires into the flat, complete to Gross at the 35-yard line, and that should be good enough for another 1st down. It all depends on the spot.
The offensive line there for Hempstead did a nice job in picking up that blitz from City High there. The up back there picked up the blitzer right there, gave Edwards some time to throw the football, and right now he's 2 for 2, and he's just a junior. He's showing some good composure out there for a junior leading this high-power offense.
I'll tell you what, credit that offensive line, though, too. City High blitzed, and they picked it up to give him the necessary time. They needed 9, they got 9. 1st and 10 from the City High 34. Hempstead on the move. 4:43 left to go in the first quarter. Handoff will come to the slot back, turning up against the corner. This is Krug working his way to the outside, across the 30, the 25, inside the 20, the 15 before he's finally run out of bounds. They ran it, looked like a counter.
Yes.
And he cut back, though. Great instinct, good field vision, as it looked like the play was really gummed up on the left side. He cut it back against the grain and then just simply out-sprinted everybody.
I tell you what, Krug did a nice job there, but again, we got to go back to that offensive line there for Hempstead, who right now is just controlling that line of scrimmage, just creating huge holes against this City High defense. Linebackers are getting picked up there by the guards coming out there, so they're doing a nice job offensively creating some lanes there for the running backs to run.
Looking at about a gain of 17 on the play. 1st and 10, we'll call it from the City High 10-yard line. Ashe gets the call off of right tackle and guard, keeping his legs pumping as he works inside, down close to the 5-yard line. Number 41, Robbie Lehman there to bring him down. But again, that's not a good sign when your linebackers are the first to make contact about 5 yards off the line of scrimmage.
The linebackers are going to have to step up. You know, they, like you mentioned, they don't want to be the first points of contact. We got to get the defensive linemen there, use their speed, get in the gaps, and try and get a first shot on them, maybe even get a shot on the football to create a turnover here. Want to keep them out of the end zone as much as possible. If you only have to give up 3, that'd be better.
2nd down and goal from the City High 5. Hempstead looking to draw first blood here, under 4 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Edwards, hand off to Ashe, straight up the gut. Just a sea of humanity.
It's just a mass pile. It's a rugby scrum.
Everybody flying to the football for City High. That was the point of contact. We'll see what he gets as far as a mark for forward progress. Maybe a yard. Boy, they're going to give him a healthy spot. A gain of 2. They'll mark the ball at the 3.
That is a healthy spot. I mean, you mentioned that mass of humanity, but I don't think it moved 2 yards that way.
I agree with you, partner.
Good job of the defensive line getting low and just causing up a whole pile there to make sure there's nowhere for him to run.
3rd and goal from the City High 3. Big play here for both ball clubs. Gross wide to the near side. Denlinger, the wing back in the slot to the far side. Edwards, play fake, hands off, bootleg, sprints near side, hit once, hit twice, tries to backpedal his way into the end zone, and he won't get there. He is brought down just shy of the goal line.
Great job by the City High defense to keep Edwards out there. Nice play call there by Hempstead there with a little quarterback roll out there. He kept it himself, but credit that City High defense, bending their, bowing their backs here, not breaking here.
Wow.
Looks like they're going to go for it. Now they're going to think about it.
This is decision time. 4th and goal from the City High 1 as Dubuque Hempstead's fans on their feet. They want them to go for it, but right now, if you Iowa City High nothing, back with more Mississippi Valley Conference football on AM 800 KXIC.
It's thousands of customers, one at a time. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Hills Bank, your bank.
2:37 left to go in the first quarter. Dubuque Hempstead draws first blood. A 12-yard drive starting on their own 9-yard line. They lead at 7-0 as the kick will go to Phil Kenny. He bobbles it at the 10, picks it up to 15, the 20, lowers the shoulder, and he goes no farther.
A little bit of a bobble there by Kenny, like you said. I think if he picks that one up cleanly, he came all the way to the right side in front of Davis here to pick up that football. I think if he picks it up cleanly, he's got a little bit of a chance to break a little bit further than he did. With the bobble there, it gave the kick team for Hempstead.
Well, it looked like a little miscommunication, too, between him and Davis.
Right, he came all the way over.
He peeled off that ball thinking Davis would take it, and all of a sudden he looked up, and Davis was sprinting by him to go ahead and get into the wedge. So Little Hawks will take possession for the second time this evening. They had a 52-yard touchdown pass on the second play of the game called back that went for a touchdown. Otherwise, this game would be tied at 7. We'll see how they respond. Out of the shotgun. Wides and slots to both sides. Kinney, the lone back. He'll get the handoff on a delayed draw. He'll try and work it right side. Spin move, works his way past the 20, out to the 22, maybe the 23-yard line. But again, Hempstead showing very good, quick linebackers flying to the football.
Yeah, the linebackers were right there, and Kenny, by the time he got that ball deep in the backfield, not much that he had to do. He just tried to juke and jive there, but a great job by Hempstead stepping up and filling the gaps, and he was lucky to pick up 2 there.
Jen wide to the near side, Evans to the far side. Hyman again out of the shotgun as City High goes with no huddle. He'll pass, stepping up, getting flushed out of the pocket. Kramer on him, wraps him up, gets out of a tackle, busts a second. He'll tuck it away and run. The 25, the 30, as he dives forward. We'll see where his knee is down. Well, he hit the ground somewhat awkwardly there.
On the side on his knee.
Appears to be okay and making something out of nothing. Depending on the spot, he is very close to the first down marker.
That's incredible. After he was already back in the backfield there being chased by the linebacker there for what would have been about a 6-7 yard loss. Again, he shows his great speed and athleticism cutting to the corner and getting close to a first down there.
Looks like he picked up about a good 7 on that. It'll bring up 3rd down and 1. Does City High have enough to move the chains here? Out of the shotgun again with no huddle. Hyman with a long call. Fakes it. That might be a busted play as he turned right. Kenny ran right by him. He'll try and move it left, and another great athletic effort by D.P. Hyman. Something out of nothing as he works his way around left end. He needed 1. He got a couple.
You mentioned there might have been a busted play there. He looked to go right, and there was nobody there, and he just said, I got to go where my blockers are. Ran it there and just uses his ability there to get across that line. And that time, Hempstead actually had 5 down linemen defensively guarding against that play.
1st and 10 from their own 32. Shotgun again. My guess is this is the formation we'll see all night long. Draw play to Kenny. Up the gut. Works his way out to the 35. And again, a hole that closes very quickly as he falls forward for maybe a couple more. Out to the 37. That should be a gain of about a good 4, maybe a short 5.
Kenny doing what he can there with what they're giving. That offensive line has got to get some bigger lanes there because those linebackers are coming up, stepping up, and making the plays right now.
We'll call it 5, and he's on the plus side now with his 3rd carry of the evening. Under 30 seconds left to go, barring a penalty. This will be the final play of the first quarter. Play action. Hyman dropping back, all day to throw, across the middle, complete to Davis, out past the 45, busts another tackle across midfield, falls forward to the Hempstead 45-yard line. And now did he fall out of bounds? We have the clock being stopped by the officials, and this will be to move the chains at 16 and 7/10 seconds, so the Little Hawks will get 1 more play.
A nice job there, plenty of time there. Hempstead rushes 3 that time, sort of like a little jailbreak screen. The linemen held their blocks for about 5 or 3 counts, let them through. When they let through, that's when the ball goes in the air. Nice job by City High.
First completion of the evening for D.P. Hyman. Clock running. Will they get another play off? 6 seconds. 5 seconds. The ball is snapped. Handoff goes to Kenny. Left side inside the 40. Working his way out close to the 35 and then runs into a huge wall of green and gold and is thrown back probably about the 39-yard line as the buzzer sounds on a very quick first quarter that sees Dubuque Hempstead with the only score of the game so far, 7-0, but the Little Hawks on the move in Hempstead. Hempstead.
The Brandt family and Brandt Heating and Air Conditioning would like to thank your...
Fresh 12 is put up on the clock. Both teams switch ends of Dalzell Field. Iowa City High with the ball, 2nd down and 2 from the Hempstead 38-yard line. They trail it by a score of 7-0. On the move, though, after having a 52-yard pass completion for a touchdown called back on the second play of the game. Out of the shotgun, Iman on play action, rolling out far side, unleashes a bullet down the far sideline, just past the outstretched fingertips. That looks like number 14, Brent Jen, had about a half a step on his man. If that ball is a little bit farther in, he has it, and he has it on the dead run. I tell you what, though, D.P. Iman, I don't remember his arm being this strong last year, Mark. He's shown us something now on 2 deep balls tonight.
Yeah, I was going to say I was impressed with that throw there because he threw that with a lot of mustard on it on the run. So his arm has definitely gotten stronger. I think his legs have gotten stronger by the way he's breaking tackles. He's showing us a lot out of here.
Hopefully his head's gotten stronger as he was a little bit of a deer in the headlights during his early start last year, but seems to have a little bit more confidence, a certain swagger about him as play being stopped here. Looks like we have a timeout being called by City High, and not sure if they had the proper personnel on the field or were in the wrong. Somebody being smacked. I won't mention the player's number, but looks like he was supposed to be the man on the field. But Sabres took over in the Connor Justice era. You and I were talking about that, his senior year, and immediately went to the air. So he does seem to be maybe a little bit more of a riverboat gambler. Looking at 3rd and 2 right now, though they come out of the I formation. The pitch goes to Kenny. Nothing doing off of right tackle. Tries to turn it around the far side. And on second effort, he was hit maybe a yard behind the line of scrimmage. Spun off of one man and carried another very close to the first down marker.
I tell you, that one was all Phil Kenny as he just strung it out himself and found a little crease there. Used his athletic ability to cut that back against the grain and got enough to move the chain. So that one is all Phil Kenny.
Well, he just did get 2. 1st and 10, they'll move the chains. The ball rests at the Hempstead 35. And again, City without a huddle. Lone back is Kenny. Iman out of the shotgun. On play action. Rolls out near side. Fires in the flat. It's tipped and it's picked off. Picked off by Nick Hochberger up the near sideline across the 40, down to the 35 of City High before he's finally run out of bounds by Iman.
That one there is just a misread there by D.P. Iman as he was right there, just stepped up and just took that football away. Unfortunate break for City High, had a great drive going, just got the first down, and the turnover right there, that hurts the big time, especially when you're trailing 7-0.
They were on the move. It has just ended. An Eric Hochberger interception and a fine return up the near sideline deep into City High territory. Now they've got to regroup and quickly here, Sterno, as they're facing defense. 1st and 10 at the 34. Boy, if Hempstead goes up 2 here, you got to figure they are definitely in the driver's seat. Edwards under center with a long count. On play action, will roll out far side, looking downfield, fires across the middle. Kramer is tight end, inside the 20, down to the 15-yard line. And he's slow getting up. Now he appears to be okay. Boy, he's not afraid to roll out against his body, and give him credit, too. He allowed that play to develop. It looked like a drag route. Kramer wasn't there immediately. He just hung onto the ball, kind of scampered a few extra steps out toward the far sideline, and then didn't put too much on it, just kind of let him very easily. Kramer with the soft hands hauled it in for a big gain.
And that's the second time we've seen him roll out and throw against his body.
23 yards on the completion. 1st and 10 at the Little Hawk 15. Handoff will go to Thomas, trying to work the right side. Hit in the backfield, stays on his feet. Hit again, and he'll be brought down for a loss of 1. Thought for a second he might spin to the near sideline. He is a water bug out there.
He's just slippery out there to try and grab a hold of. A good job there by the left side of that City High defensive line. And right now there's a ton of pressure out there on this Little Hawk defense. They're going to have to really earn their stripes here tonight right now in this stand here to keep him out of the end zone.
Thomas at 5'8", 155 pounds.
Nothing. He's nothing out there compared to that line that they've got.
You can get lost in a couple of those linemen's jerseys. No gain on that play, though. Make it 2nd down and 10. Ball sitting at the Little Hawk 15. They put Denlinger in motion to the far side. Handoff will go to an up back as he works his way inside the 15. Maybe a gain a yard on the play as the ball carrier Joseph DuPont. 5'11", 165, a junior fullback.
Interesting that Coach Allers is just rotating a running back by committee right now.
Yeah. You figure Ashe, who was your workhorse on that first drive, would be a guy that would see it, especially if you're smelling blood
Right.
this deep into the City High territory. And they'll say no gain on that play. I thought he maybe picked up a yard. No such luck. So now all of a sudden, 3rd and 10 from the City High 15. Ashe is back in. Edwards with another long count, the strong side to the right. Straight drop by Edwards. Fires across the middle, complete to Gross. Dodges one man, ducks under another, down to the 10-yard line. He'll be shy of the first down. It'll bring up 4th and 5. Ball sitting at the 10 as we have a Little Hawk player down.
And that play right there, Gross just nestled right underneath the linebackers there, right in the seam, right in the center of the field. A great
whatsoever on that right leg, and right now we're not sure. It might be a knee. You think maybe an ankle mark, but hopefully maybe just a sprain. Hopefully something that he can ice down, and maybe with any luck and some good rehab be back in a week or two.
Yeah, you never hope it's anything serious. You know, this time of the year, it's tough telling. You're not in your best shape because you haven't played the whole time, but
whistle sounds. Lucas Garrigus, the place kicker, will have the ball spotted at the 17-yard line on the near hash. A high snap. Great job of holding, and Garrigus puts it right through the uprights. Credit Edwards, though, the holder on that play. If he doesn't, he was fully stretched at 6'2", 175 pounds. If he's 6'1", that's over his head. That's a busted play. What a great hold by the Hempstead quarterback, and Garrigus did Jefferson last week. 31-3, playing from behind, 10-0 right now. Mark, you've moved the ball. If you're City High, you just don't have anything to show for it right now.
Well, right now you rally the troops and regroup them. You challenge them to move the ball this time. You know, you make your goals where we're going to have to get this drive, and hopefully your goal is going to end up in the end zone.
Garrigus will kick from left to right. High, fairly deep kick. Kenny will field it at his 10, behind the wedge, the 15, the 20. Has some daylight into the open field. 30, 35, 40. Shucks Garrigan, he's off to the races. The 40, the 30, the 20, the 10, all the way home. Touchdown, City High.
And no laundry on the field. That's a great sight. No flags there. Super, I misspoke.
Oh no, far sideline right at midfield, and the men in stripes conferring. Well, now at the 50-yard line, he got busted by everybody.
He only had the kicker to beat right when he got to the 45 to 50-yard line there.
This is
one-on-one with the kicker.
If this is they're going to call it a touchdown. What do we got here?
No. They called against City High. They just pointed to City High.
But he threw his arms up, so it came after the fact. I'm not familiar. Let's check that out.
I thought he called a block in the back, didn't he?
But he threw his arms up. Let's take a look here.
As the referee's coming over to talk with Coach Ehlers here and explain it to him.
I've never seen that signal. He threw both arms up alongside his head like he was making a nap. I'm not sure. We'll have to double check. First for us here this evening, folks, because he immediately threw his arms up to signal touchdown. Well, your guess is as good as mine, pal.
The other call,
was it some sort of celebration on the field?
He just went like this. He just went like this, as if we were holding. But if we were holding, it would bring it.
It would bring it back.
But they haven't taken any points off the board yet either.
No, the touchdown is going to stand. He originally made the call that the touchdown was good, so something happened after the play, maybe some sort of unsportsmanlike penalty. They've backed up the extra point attempt.
But if it's after the play, why is it a midfield?
Good question. Somebody maybe get a little too colorful with their vocabulary.
Yeah, it's backed them up 15 yards.
So the ball will be spotted at the 25-yard line for Andrew Shutt to attempt now a 35-yard extra point attempt.
Wow.
He's got the leg. Snap is there. Hold is down. Kick is up. Oh, my goodness. Did he boom that through?
That's good from 55.
Wow. What a kick by Andrew Shutt. And just like that, on the very first play, a kickoff return of about 90 yards by Phil Kenny. And the Little Hawks right back in this one. They now trail by 3, 10-7.
Yeah, we talked about that different perspective. They got a huge perspective now. They had 9:13 on the time of that kickoff, and there's 9 minutes on Kenny had.
Yeah, he didn't slow down. He didn't dog it or hot dog it. He went hard until he crossed the goal line.
He showed some good wheels there.
Whew. We got a ball game, partner. 9 minutes.
Didn't get cheated.
Left to go in the first half. 10-7. It will be Andrew Shutt to kick off at the 40-yard line. High but somewhat short kick. being fielded by Gross as he drops the ball inside the 10. Hands off to Thomas, trying to sweep around the near side. The 15, the 20, and out to the 25-yard line. Wrapped up at the ankles and not letting go. Trying to get a number on the young man. Is that 83?
Yes. That's Smith, I believe.
Yep.
That was a nice
Alex
job.
Smith.
That was a nice job by Hempstead there on that reverse in the kickoff there. Had the City High defenders going to the right. They didn't pick up the reverse man coming across the other direction there, and it was a nice job, and it took them a while to recover, so it allowed them to get that ball out to the 25. So
1st and 10.
Razzle-dazzle.
8:53 left to go. This wing T offense looks like the strong side will be to the left. Edwards under center. Ball sits on the near hash. Handoff will go to the up back. That's Ashe, and he runs right into a sea of red and silver. And if he's lucky, back to the line of scrimmage.
Looks like we got a fired-up defensive line here for City High, which is what you have to have. And that's what a big play like that offensively will do. It'll spur that defense on.
Boy, they'll give him a gain of 1.
They're generous.
Yeah, tell you what, and that's a healthy 1, too. They're giving him a full 1 on
Oh,
the
yeah,
play.
it's not, I mean, it's a full football over that.
Dorian Davis, number 32, middle linebacker there to lead the charge amongst other City High players. 2nd and 9. We'll see if they go to the air here. Edwards, long count, 3-step drop. Has some time, fires across the middle, complete to Thomas at the 30. Tripped up in the open field. Nice job by Robbie Lehman, number 41. He didn't catch enough of him, but just enough to trip him up, and he couldn't keep his feet. Otherwise, we've seen how quick he is. He could be breaking it to the outside. That could have been a big gain.
Lucky to only pick up 4 there, but looking at Edwards here, showing a lot of composure here, looking at his receiver there, just finding these little dump passes right in that little flat area, that little seam area in front of the linebackers, just seems to be open there all night.
3rd and 5 from their own 38. Under 7.5 minutes left to go in the first half. If City can hold here, first time that Hempstead will punt all night, and they should get the ball in good field position. 2-step drop. Edwards smothered the ball loose, and it looks like City High's on it. I wasn't sure if his arm was coming forward. Was that Botembe the first to get to him? Yeah. I'm looking at 5 different Little Hawk players. They sent everybody but the kitchen sink, and Edwards never had a chance.
Great play by the defense. This is the first great defensive stand, or series, I should say, that we've seen from the Little Hawks tonight. I think that big play has inspired them, and this is what you need. Now you've got great field position, 7:25 to go, to try and knock that ball in the end zone and take the lead going into halftime.
Well, there's the risk you run, Mark, if you're going to take those 2 or 3-step drops. If you're going to be short, you have to get rid of the football, and that time City High sent everybody, and Edwards couldn't do it.
And that's surprising, as well as this offensive line for Hempstead has played all night, but they couldn't cover 7 people coming in at once.
1st and 10 from the Dubuque 33. Iman rolling out near side after play action. He'll tuck it away and run inside the 25, the 20. Spin move and down at the 17.
I'm just amazed at this kid's athletic ability. He won't run straight ahead. He'll juke and jive and twist. He's lucky he's not taking some shots in the ribs in the back the way he's going in the reverse direction sometimes.
And he's not that big.
No.
I mean, at 6 foot, plenty tall enough, but only 168 pounds. He's very wiry, as they'll give him a gain of 4 on that play. 6 rushes for 39 yards this evening. 2nd and 6, under 7 minutes left to go in the first half. Slot and wide to both the near and far side. Handoff will go to Kenny. Looking, I thought he was going to throw. Instead, he stops, cuts back, lowers the shoulder, and bowls his way inside the 15, down close to the 11. I thought for a second that might have been an option, but I think it was Kenny just surveying the defense and trying to cut back.
Yep. That's what he did there. Right now, there's really not much out there on the ends for Kenny to run. Hempstead with that big beef up front, but they're showing some good quickness getting out there to the sides. And getting to pick up a...
Spotted at the 11, so that should be, what, about 4?
I was going to say 4 to 5. How they give him a first down?
Wow, they're going to give him a first down.
Give him a first down.
Coach Sabers and company won't argue one bit. Give him 6. 6th carry, 21 yards on the evening, and now we have the head official, the umpire, coming over to talk things over with the Dubuque sideline. Not exactly sure. Hempstead is complaining about something in particular.
Yeah, City High working those corners with Kenny getting out there. I don't know if they need to get a guard pulling out there or what, but he just seems like he's always all alone, 1-on-2, 1-on-3 out there on those corners.
Well, 1st and 10 from the 11. Golden opportunity here for City High.
Great opportunity, you betcha.
Clock starts And they'll come up in an I formation. Wow. Looks like we've got two tights here, do we? Strong side to the left maybe as the handoff goes to Kenny left side. Hit originally, stays his momentum moving forward as he's inside the 10 down to the 8. Tough 3, but it could have easily been a loss of 2. That's why you keep your legs pumping.
So that's typical City High football from what we're used to seeing right there. Just the I formation, straight ahead, we're going to come out and get you.
2nd down and 7. Little Hawks can pick up a first down without getting a touchdown if they get inside the 1. Hyman out of the shotgun. Now under 6 minutes left to go in the first half. Play action, rolling out near side. Fires to the corner of the end zone, going up and caught! Touchdown, Alex Smith. The ball was underthrown. He actually had to come over the defender. It looked like Thomas, and just scooped it off his shoulder pads for 6.
That's incredible play there by Alex Smith there in the end zone there. He had to go over the top of the defender, like you said, take it away from him. Almost drops it on his way down. Presence of mind to get his hands back on the football, come down in bounds, and 6 more points to give City High the lead. Huge play there for the Little Hawks.
8-yard touchdown pass. Hyman to Smith, our player profile, shining here this evening as Schutt's extra point attempt is up and good. And after a slow start, the Little Hawks have come back to take the lead. The first of the evening at the 5:41 mark in the first half, 14-10. We'll study at least a good 10 minutes worth of material for halftime. You can preview Iowa State.
Provide the best quality cardiac care in the region.
Our electrophysiologist has now brought to Mercy Hospital 3D mapping, which is available in very few places.
Patients don't need to go any farther. I tried calling WMG. Nobody's answered.
Okay.
So I'm trying.
Wow, look at this kick.
Exceptional medicine.
Almost out of the back of the end zone.
Back at Dalzell Field in Dubuque, Brent Balvanot alongside Mark Stern and his City High kicker Andrew Schutt pumped up. No attempt at a return. It's a touchback as he booms this kickoff out of the end zone, or at least past the goal line about midway through the end zone. And Hempstead will pick up 1st and 10 from their own 20, trailing for the first time this evening.
And we should have a pumped up City High defense on the field right now as well.
Edwards up under center. Long look. What an interesting setup we've got here by City High defensively. As the handoff goes to the up back, I believe that's Ashe, and not much there as he goes right into the heart of the City High defense. And he helps, well, I thought he was going to help Batembi up. And now he and Batembi maybe with a few words for each other. Well, that's power on power, but packaged in much different manners.
You betcha. Much different forms. Interesting, like you said, City High comes out there in that defensive look. 6 people up on the line of scrimmage, basically a hole over center, 3 people on each side.
Nobody over the ball.
No, 3 people on each side there again.
They're doing the same thing again here. Nobody over the ball, but 6 down linemen for the Little Hawks. Edwards with the count. Play action, dropping back, rolling out near side, fires into the flat, picked off! Brought down at the 25-yard line, trying to get a number on the young man. Is that 82 that picked it off?
Yep.
Ben Evans with the interception, and now City High with a chance with under 5 minutes left to go in the first half to tack on to their lead.
I tell you, you look at how this defense played for City High in the first quarter, just giving up the yards at will, a 71-yard drive on their first possession there. This second quarter, they've just played a dramatically different style of defense. They've come up, fired up. The defensive line is stepping up, making plays, getting the linebackers a little bit more free. This time the cornerbacks come up and make a great play.
1st and 10 from the Hempstead 25-yard line. Hyman, play action. He'll roll out far side. Oh, now he wants to tuck it away and run. We've got a flag in the backfield as he scampers maybe back to the original line of scrimmage, possibly for a half a yard more, but looks like we'll have holding, and that is indeed the call by the official, and this one will back City High up.
Amazingly enough, in knock wood, Brent, that's only our second penalty of the night. Unfortunately,
the first
one was big, bringing back a touchdown, but this is a holding that's going to back him up a little bit as well.
Well, right now, if you're Hempstead, you just want to hold, even if you can get out of this by only giving up 3. You're still only down a touchdown. You probably consider it a moral victory after coming out and dominating through the first quarter and a half.
Right. It's almost like the light switch went on for City High.
I think somebody maybe did that. You probably came in several different forms on the City High sideline in the form of the coaching staff. Out of the shotgun, Iman. It's a quarterback draw. He'll tuck it away and run. The 35, the 30, and that's where it'll go. Ball squirts loose, but I think it's after the whistle. Thomas is up. He's not going to stop. Now he finally does, as Hempstead's faithful, wanting the fumble call, but the official quickly on it. The side judge pointing to the ground. Ball popped out after Iman was down.
Picks up 4 there, but yeah, he was clearly down in that play. Designed quarterback draw.
4:15, they give him a gain of 4, as Mark mentioned. 4:09, the clock now restarts. Left to go in the first half. Out of the shotgun, Hempstead blitzing. City picks it up, now being flushed out of the pocket to the far side. Iman on a dead sprint. The 35, the 30, hit very close to the sideline. I thought he might have been out of bounds, but apparently not. And again, maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Well, it looked like City High picked up the blitz originally, but Hempstead kept coming and flushed Iman out of the pocket.
I'm amazed there that, the linebackers coming there. They're showing a great amount of speed there, chasing Iman out of the pocket, out to the right. Iman's not a slow kid by any means, and these linebackers are closing ground on him. There's some good speed out there for that defensive line there for Hempstead.
No gain on the play as we have a City High timeout now at 3:54 left to go in the first half. City High 14.
All reasons to make the short stop your sports stop on I-80 in Coralville, just north of Coral Ridge Mall.
Good news.
3rd and 16 from the 30-yard line. Flags flying before the snap of the football. City High leading Dubuque Hempstead 14-10. Welcome back to Dalzell Field in Dubuque. A rare Thursday night game. It happens to be a road contest for the Little Hawks. After falling behind 10-0, they have come back big. Strong offense and a short field courtesy of their defense on an interception. But right now, backing up again the wrong way, their 3rd penalty of the evening, and this will make for 3rd down and 21 from the Hempstead 36. Iman out of the shotgun, has some time. Going deep, he's throwing into double coverage, and this one is picked off, dropped! Dropped! Dellinger had it as he was backing up to try and gain his bearings. He lost it off of his shin, and it hits the turf, and that is going to be an incomplete pass.
And that is a huge break there for City High, Brent, as he had the interception there. The ball was just not thrown to the receiver. Receivers double covered there, front and back. Tough to try and get that ball in there, and that's a big break that they didn't get that one turned over.
Well, Iman threw into double coverage. He made a great over-the-shoulder catch, and it was as he was turning around, his momentum was taking him toward the sideline. It looked like it just rolled right down his leg, just bounced right off of it, and City High will punt the football away.
Well, possibly that could have been better than a punt, because looking where he had that interception, it was inside the 5.
Iman back, standing at the 48-yard line. Tries to pooch it toward the corner. This one's a beauty.
Good job.
Will bounce inside the 10. Will take a roll, though, and into the end zone. Boy, for a second, it looked like City High might get down there and deaden it inside the 5. Took just a little too much hop, though, after the first bounce.
Yeah, you're hoping for that big second bounce, and you didn't get it. It just got that scoot on that second bounce right into the end zone there. But
nice try.
Yeah, you don't like the interception on your stats, but the interception would have pinned him deeper there.
So they'll start from their own 20 again. Last time it was 2 plays and an interception. 3:38 left to go in the first half. Hempstead trailing by 4, 14-10. Edwards up under center. Another long count. The handoff to Thomas in the backfield. He fumbles the football. Everybody down on it, and it looks like City High does. The Little Hawks recover.
Can't see who got in there. Looks like 68. Was that who was in there? I couldn't tell.
Was it 66 Josh Keppel possibly?
66 possibly. There you go. This defense right now, I tell you what, we mentioned that light switch, but they are just getting off the ball right now, and they're using their quickness against that size.
32 left to go in the first half. City High unable to convert on the last opportunity. Let's see if they can make good here. Plenty of time to work with. Iman under center. They'll run out of the I formation. Kenny cuts back against the grain. It went to the left side. He goes around right end inside the 15, the 10. Diving for the pylons.
Touched.
Is he in? City High thinks so, but haven't seen an official yet. Is he calling it a touchdown?
The first one initially did.
Nope, they're going to say move the chains.
Wow.
He did not. He hit the pylon, but apparently after his knee was down. See where he gets a spot, and it looks like that will be the call because it looks like they're coming out at about the 2, maybe the 3-yard line.
So pick up about 13 there, huh?
Boy, I tell you what, a play designed to go left side. Kenny stopped immediately and on a dead sprint went the opposite way.
It was interesting to watch from our vantage point there. Like you mentioned, he cut it back there, and there's 6 defensive linemen just in a line chasing Kenny to the right side. He got to that corner. I thought it was in the end zone there. Apparently he got knocked out before he got inside that pylon.
First and goal from the 2. Iman under center again. Kenny gets the call left side. Lowers the shoulder. This time he's in. Pay dirt City High.
Deserving. He's carried the ball a lot tonight, and it's deserving for him to get in the end zone here and put 6 points on the board for City High, redeeming themselves from that last offensive series where they went backwards. Just what they need, another positive thing to go into the locker room with. So a great second quarter of football so far for City High.
Now, would you want to go in the locker room after playing that first quarter if you're City High?
You know, you're still going to hear about that first quarter. There's no question about it. But you showed a lot of character. You showed a lot of heart as a team to rebound from that. And I tell you what, after watching City High the past 4 years, they are very tough to beat when they play with the lead.
16, or make that 20-10 now. Shut on to make it an 11-point lead. Snap, hold is down, kick is up. Boy, Shutt's leg. I'd like to see it, regardless of what hash mark it's on, if they get the opportunity this evening to give him a try at a field goal. Man, that was easily 40 yards.
Oh, without a question. The one before. I mean, he kicked even further than that. But this
I'm loaded with great talent, but classy young men. I mean, I did easily 7 or 8. Matter of fact, the last 4 games, obviously, we did were City High games. And every player profile I did, I just walked away going, I can't believe this. What a good group of young men. As Shutt will kick off, Thomas will field it. He'll hand off the Gross. No, he won't. Yes, he will. Working across the 15, out to the 20, up the far sideline. Well, Thomas did a good job of selling that fake. I thought he still had the football. And 1st and 10 from their own 20, the last 2 times that's happened for Hempstead.
Let's return for Hempstead that way.
After leading by as many as 10, they trail by 11. Still plenty of time left to go here in the first half. Edwards will hand off. This is Krug trying to work his way around right end as he maybe picks up a couple to the 22. Not much there, though, as the clock continues to run. Just his second carry of the evening. He's got 19 yards.
Hey, it's fun to watch this Botimby play. He's all over the field from his defensive line position.
They'll say a long one, short 2. 2nd down. Edwards, again, a very long count. It looks like City High showing blitz. Davis coming up the middle, rolling out. This one fired into the flat, complete to the tight end Kramer as he lowers the shoulder. Coming up and giving him a kiss was Alex Smith. He's out of bounds at the 35. That should be good enough, though. It's plenty to move the chains.
We've just seen that all night out of this Hempstead offense where Edwards just rolls out, has some time there. The receiver comes out in the underbelly there in front of the linebackers, out there in the flat, no coverage there, and they're just nickel and diming them there each time.
Gain of 14 on the play. And he got out of bounds to stop the fancy. And as we've seen, we noticed Edwards during warm-ups, Mark. He doesn't have a cannon for an arm.
And his ball's not pretty.
No, it's not. But he's finding his receivers. He's putting him on the money.
Yep.
Ball on the near hash. 1st and 10. Edwards almost loses the snap from center. The handoff goes to the second back, and he is wrapped up. That looks like Ashley.
I think one of the first people there was Botimby. He was in there as well. Botimby was just out of a shotgun right there, just right through the head gap there. I think he might have got to the running back Ashley before the ball did.
It was close. As he's thrown for a loss of 2, Ashley was actually a little slow to come out of that scrum. 10 carries, 35 yards for the Hempstead fullback. Now under 2 minutes left to go in the first half, and you would think a passing down. And Kramer actually lining up. The big tight end is a wide out here to the near side. Trips to the far side. Ashley, the lone back. A one-step drop, quick hitter across the ball. It's tipped and almost picked off. Kenny was there. Davis was there. The ball was actually thrown behind Kramer. It was a one-step drop, just a quick hitter, but it was off the mark. And luckily, if you're Dubuque Hempstead, that ball falls to the ground. That one hung up there tantalizingly long for City High.
Dorian Davis out there playing defense as well for City High went to go make the hit on the receiver. If he has his head up looking at the football, he's right there to make an interception, but he was going there for the hit. That could have been huge because there was not much between him and the end zone at all.
This will be the 6th play of the drive with the clock stopped at a minute 39. Now all of a sudden Hempstead needs to be careful. If they don't convert here, they will have to punt. City will get the ball one more time. Edwards rolling out far side. Lobs a lame duck downfield. Almost caught, now knocked away. Gross with a great job to adjust. Coming back to the football. We've got a flag in the backfield for Hempstead. And holding is going to be the call. Ben Evans with a great job of sticking like field.
The second half of the second quarter, they're shooting the gaps. They're proving their speed. I'd bring some people.
Well, they got 2 back though to receive, so it looks like maybe they are setting up the return. See what kind of punting leg Garrigus has. He stands at his own 20, a high snap, gets away an end-over-end kick. It's a good one, but it's a line drive. As this one is fielded, I believe, is that Kenny out past the 40, the 45 across midfield, and brought down at the Hempstead 49.
Interesting on that snap there for that punt, and then on the the field goal snap. Both of those have been a little bit high, so the special teams snapper there has not been real accurate with his passes back to the holder and to the punter there those times. So that may prove costly later on in the game as well.
Jesse Burns, special teams player, makes the catch, or pardon me, the tackle, I should say. 1st and 10 for City High with a minute 18 left to go in the first half. Right now, if you can just get in field goal range,
got the leg.
That could be anywhere from the 25 to the 30 if you're City High for Andrew Shutt. Out of the shotgun. Quarterback draw, Iman, the 35, inside the 40 and stacked up. Ooh, and almost a late shot there. He is bent backwards. Oh, to be young and limber.
I'd be broken.
Boy, did he bend in a very unnatural line, and they will call timeout to officially measure here. And it looks like looks like he's got it from here. We'll wait and see. Nose of the football.
Barely.
This is close enough that they're all going to hover around 4 striped uniforms, and they'll say this has got to be less than an inch.
Yeah.
Do you go to your run some power football here, but you've only got 1 minute, and I think, one timeout left?
Yeah.
Well, we'll wait and see. They will run out of the shotgun as they come out of the huddle. Iman standing at the 45. Low snap, fires across the middle. Kenny wide open. He's got the catch at the 20. Backpedals his way inside the 15 and down to the 13-yard line.
Huge play.
Wow. And that was a bullet. First time we've seen Iman put one on a line this evening. It was a little high. Kenny at 5'11" had to reach up, showing great hands and a huge offensive play now. City High, rather than 3, might be thinking 6.
You bet. 26-yard completion there. Moves the ball quickly down there. You're definitely in field goal range now. You've got time on the clock to punch it into the end zone. Great position for City High to be in.
They'll come up. Iman under center. Out of the eye. Handoff will go to Kenny. Left side. He's hitting the backfield. Works his way back inside the 15. Falls forward maybe to the line of scrimmage. And City High will use their final timeout of the half with 38 and 9/10 seconds remaining in the first half. 6 foot. Jen is 6'3". Davis is 6'1", maybe a timing route to one corner of the end zone or the other.
We haven't seen trips yet tonight for the City High team yet, I don't believe either, have we?
I don't think so. It's usually been a slot on each side as it is here. Smith wide to the near side. Looks like Jen to the far side. Out of the shotgun. They'll fire to Kenny in the flat. He's got some room. The 10, the 5, into the end zone. Touchdown City High. They were so concerned about the receivers, they lost track of Kenny coming out of the backfield. He hauled it in at about the 12 and went untouched the rest of the way.
Just a great call here by Coach Sabers and the City High offense. Great job by the offensive line. DP Iman with plenty of time there. His first receiver was Kenny. That's the only one he looked at. Threw a strike to him, and like you said, nobody was concerned about Kenny in the backfield there. He waltzed in pretty much untouched from 13 yards out.
He caught that ball about the line of scrimmage, didn't he?
Yeah.
That was about, again, 13 yards. As Shutt busts this one high and deep into the Dubuque night. 28-10. City High with the lead now. 31 seconds left in the first half.
How much yards would you say is between the back of the end zone there and the track in the back there? 30?
I was going to say 30, 35.
And he's almost kicking it back to that track.
Been defective. There's no way you could have kicked a 50-yarder with that piece of plastic with the spring in it.
I was always amazed at the current I had in my living room. I was always going wide left or wide right.
Do you have a fan behind you trying to simulate game day conditions? Well, we'll see if Dubuque Hempstead gets a chance at a return here. As Schutt booms another high end-over-end kick into the end zone, and Gross, well, he fumbles it, but by high school rules, into the end zone means no return. I know you are not a fan of that rule.
Every time I see that, I put my pencil down and just put my hands up because I just think it is so. Bring it out, that's fine, but give them the option.
1st and 10 from their own 20. This is the fourth straight series that Hempstead has started at their own 20-yard line. And we've talked a lot about City High's defense. That right there, though, is a huge factor. When you've got a kicker that can pin the opposition deep, you've got a big, big psychological advantage.
Yeah, play started. Okay, they threw the flag. I was looking for where the flag was.
We have too many men on the field. We've got one guy running off. I think we may have legal participation. 12 men on the field, so that will be a 5-yard penalty. And that will not make Coach Sabers a very happy man. Trying to keep the momentum as you head into the locker room. Now it's 1st and 5 from the 25. Handoff will go to Thomas. He'll come near side. The 30, nice move, 35, shucks another man, and just shy of the 40 as he's run out of bounds at the 39. Nice job by Brent Jen to come up, and now that I look at it, Jen really was the last thing standing between him and, at the very least, a big gain, if not a score. Thomas made that look smooth.
Yeah, I mean, he picked up yards effortlessly, got to that corner there, turned it up to. That's a huge gain of 14.
14 is what the gain will be as they spot the ball at the 39-yard line. Handoff goes to Thomas, this time left side. Dodges one man, hurdles another, shucks another, out past midfield, and brought down at the City High 48. That will stop the clock with 11 seconds left as they'll move the chains. Another 1st down.
This Thomas, we didn't even have him on our roster starting, and he's having a whale of a ball game for the Mustangs right now.
Carry for 13 on that drive, and now just not the big play.
Keep it in front of you.
Whistle sounds. Clock will restart with 11 and 9/10 seconds left to go after this snap. Edwards with a long count. Rolling out near side. Looking downfield. Nobody there, and he will run it out of bounds at about the 45 with 4 seconds left. Well, now you go ahead and just take your shot. Heave it downfield. See if you can't get a Big Ben, immaculate reception, or maybe a flag pass interference call and get one more. 82.
We're looking at pro or college?
Pro.
Let me give that one some thought.
What do you think about it after this snap? Barring a penalty, this will be the final one of the first half. Trips to the far side. Rolling out against his body. Edwards being pressured. All kinds of trouble in the backfield, and he's dropped on the other end of the 50-yard line. Keppel was giving chase. I think that was Vilhauer, though, was the man that got him, number 67.
Yeah, they were all in there. And that, again, the defensive line doing a great job of penetration there. Had him on the run, and there was no way when he was flushed out of that pocket going out to his left that he was going to make any sort of throw of any distance there. So a tremendous job of the defense to keep him off the scoreboard here going into the halftime locker room.
Boy, a tail. Low. City High, of course, riding a huge wave, 28 points in about a 3.5-minute span in the second quarter to overcome a 10-point deficit. The key right here, first possession of the second half goes to the Mustangs. If you can establish a good time-consuming drive, preferably you did.
I got to come up clueless here.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. The Atlanta Falcons. Steve Bartkowski. I believe it was to Wallace Francis, if I'm not mistaken.
There's a blast from the past.
Last second play, long pass play, won him a game. As Schutt puts the foot into the ball, this one a high and deep kick, but it will be returnable at the 5. Thomas out to the 10, cuts it back, crosses the 15, and he'll be shy of the 20 as he's dropped at about the 17.
So not great field position to start this second half.
Slightly worse than a touchback.
Yeah. I'm not sure if Schutt on purpose to put the ball in play for his Coach Sabers may have said, let's see what we can do with our kick coverage, possibly.
Well, we'll see here. Do you go back to your bread and butter? That would be number 20, Eric Ashe, or do you try and maybe mix something up, see if you can't catch City High off guard on this first snap of the second half?
The 3 years I've seen, Ehlers has been pretty vanilla.
They come out of the wing tee. The handoff will go to Krug, the halfback. He tries to work it left side and nothing doing. Swarming defense by City High. Looks like Davis, number 32, the linebacker, the first there to lead the charge, also saw number 11, Ryan Alberhaske, and he does just barely get back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
That City High defense picking up where they left off in the first half, and that's good to see. Sometimes you go into that locker room with a little break, you get a little tightened up and things like that, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case right now for the City High defense.
2nd and 10. Edwards with a long count. Looks like another 6-man front by City High. Play action, rolling out near side. Lame duck, and this one a great catch right off of his thigh pads by the tight end Kramer, just shy of the 35-yard line. He'll pick up the first down. Call it a gain of about 15, and that was not a tight spiral.
No, we mentioned ahead at halftime that, he doesn't have a whole lot of zip on his ball, and he doesn't have the prettiest ball that he throws, but he's been fairly effective. 6 for 8 in the first half, and make it 7 for 9 for the game right now. Not big gains, but enough to move the chains right there.
Tell you what, that was a great catch because that was end over end. It almost looked like a knuckleball kickoff. 1st and 10 from the 34, though. Counts just the same. Edwards on play action, rolling out near side. This one a much tighter ball. Hits his receiver who drops it and then pays the price. Wingback Brian Denlinger had it and then became a sandwich right in between Sean Hosseini and Ryan Alberhaske.
I tell you what, both those City High defenders came in and really laid the wood to him. I mean, he was sorry he was put in that position that time. Good coverage, though, as well by that Little Hawk defense.
Makes it 2nd.
Yeah, his bell got a little bit rung there.
Ball sits on the near hash. 2nd down and 10 from the 34. Strong side will be to the left. Edwards with a straight drop. Has some time. Now the pocket collapses. He'll step up and right into the arms. Is that Josh Keppel?
Yep.
Number 66. He literally ran right into the D tackle, and he dropped him for a short loss on the play.
That time City High came out in a 5-down lineman rush. They've been alternating that front line between that 6-down lineman with nobody over the ball. This time they had 5 linemen down. They're just varying their defensive schemes. And Coach Sabers, he's just varying it up there, making it a little bit difficult for Hempstead to try and predict what they're going to face against.
We got a 4-man front here. Keppel on one end. Yep, they're going to bring up a 5th.
Yep.
Loss of 4 on the play, make it 3rd and 14. Keppel taking a look at him as Edwards has a straight drop, fires this one complete to his tight end, Kramer at the 35. And he has dropped a couple yards shy of that. It looks like Ryan Alberhaske, number 11. Good tight coverage, and you notice the big difference on that play compared to a few of those completions in the first half, Mark, and that's no yards after the catch.
Exactly. There's somebody right there from the defense from City High to make sure that they're not going to go anywhere, and that's going to be a big key to keeping Hempstead off the scoreboard in the second half. Gain of 1?
A gain of 5. 3rd and 14. Brings up 4th and 9. Garrigus will punt, standing at about his own 22. A pair deep for City High to return. Oh, this one's a beauty. High end over end kick. This one fielded, I believe that's Smith. Check it, number 82, Ben Evans, as he works his way out past the 40, down to the 44-yard line. Pretty decent field position for City High to start their first offensive series here in the second.
Ball back with great field position almost near the midfield stripe.
1st and 10 from their own 44. Shotgun formation again. Iman instead will hand off to Kenny, trying to turn the corner on the near side. Oh, he may have gotten his face mask ripped sideways. The side judge didn't see it. He pays the price as he works his way out toward midfield, smacking himself on the side of the head, trying to clear the cobwebs. Nose of the football just at midfield. We'll call that probably a gain of 4.
Yeah, I thought it was at the midfield. I was going to give him 5 for that rush, but the official didn't see it my way, I guess.
Up the middle on a draw play. This time again, Kenny getting the call, goes right side as he bulls his way across midfield for a gain of about a couple on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down. I think we'll call it about a short 3.
They're trying to work Kenny up the middle a little bit more in this third quarter here. They haven't really tried to attack those ends where they haven't had much success in that first half. Again, there's a lot of quickness and size up there for that for the defense for Dubuque Hempstead that they're facing right now.
Wow, they'll give him a pretty good spot.
Yeah.
3rd and a long 1. Under center, Iman Handoff goes to Kenny. He'll try it left side. Oh, just bowls over Thomas. Thomas came up, I think was at an outside linebacker spot, stopped his momentum, and Kenny just lowered the shoulder, laid him prone, and picks up the first down as he's dropped inside the 45 down to the 43.
I tell you what, that's a big-time hit there. We talked about Iman running straight up and down. Kenny ran with his shoulder down there and delivered a heck of a blow.
1st and 10 out of the shotgun. Iman fakes the throw. Instead, he pitches to Kenny, who works it left side again, running out of bounds as he crosses the 40. And right now, power football being run by the Little Hawks. 2 here, 3 there. This is the kind of play that wears down opponents.
Wears down opponents, but it's awful tough on your running back as well. He's taking some shots out there. It's going to wear him down a little bit.
Again, no huddle. Gain of 4 on the play, makes it 2nd and 6. Kenny gets the call right side. Didn't quite look like his legs were under him on that one, Mark. Kind of loped to the line, tried to spin. I think he may need a breather.
Yeah, he had to cut back a little bit there on that run, and he ran right into the left side of that Hempstead defense. And there's 3 waiting tacklers there, and there's nothing he can do, and he went down pretty easy.
I'll give him a gain of 1. 3rd down and 5. Well, he's staying in, no huddle. Iman out of the shotgun, fires into the flat, complete to Davis, shucks his man inside the 35, dives forward to the 33, and very close to the first down. See what type of spot he gets. Ooh, I don't think he's going to get a good one.
I thought he was farther ahead than that.
I did too.
I thought he had 5 yards in that play, just enough what he needed for that first down.
Apparently his knee came down before the football as the ball will be spotted in between the 33 and 34. Still close enough, or is it, for a measurement? Nope, they're going to say short.
Yep, 4th down.
4-yard completion, and will City High go for it here?
Yeah.
They don't look like they're punting. Clock continues to run. They're going to go for it on 4th and 1. Iman now quick up under center. Handoff goes to the up back. I believe that's Davis, and he gets the first down off of right guard and tackle. Thrown back, but not before he's well inside the 35. Forward momentum looks like it'll be stopped at the 33.
Just a little power play. That time Iman came up to the line of scrimmage. It's only the 3rd or 4th time we've seen that. I think it's the first time we've seen him come up to the line of scrimmage this far out in the field.
1st and 10. Ball sits at the Hempstead 33. And again, shotgun formation. Iman, play action. This is a quarterback draw. He'll take off and dropped at the 30. Nice open field tackle. Run down from the side by Nick Hochberger.
We've seen that quarterback draw quite a few times here tonight. Iman's got quite a few rushes as well. You know, those edges are really nothing there. I'm wondering if he's going to start playing a little bit more of that power football up the middle possibly.
2nd and 10. Ball on the near hash. Again, shotgun formation. Wides to the near and far side, as are the slots. Kenny the lone back. Hempstead showing blitz, and now it looks like Iman may be checking off, and Hempstead will back out of it. They show it again. Low snap, they'll hand off the Phil, working the right side, inside the 30, trying to turn the corner, dives forward, down to the 25-yard line. Boy, he's turned into a fullback almost.
I tell you what, watching Kenny run, there is no tired and there is no quit in this kid. His tank just seems like it's still near full, and he's going full speed ahead, and he's still breaking tackles and delivering blows, and he is just carrying the brunt of this offense right now for City High.
Give him a gain of 6. 2nd down and 4. Ball does sit at the Mustang 25, and this would be a huge scoring drive if they can come up with points for City. Firing across the middle, Kenny wide open, caught at the 10, and he'll waltz in untouched across the goal line into the end zone. 2nd time this evening, the Buke Hempstead has lost him out of the backfield right over the middle. You could see it right there, Mark. He caught the ball at the 10, turned around, braced for contact, and actually stopped the second. There was nobody there, and then boom, kicked in the jets and sprinted everybody past the goal line.
Hempstead only rushing 3 down linemen that time, gave Iman plenty of time to find Kenny, and like you said, the linebackers had all just gotten out of the middle there, and it just was wide open. I think Kenny was more stunned than anybody.
Schutt's extra point attempt is up. It is good at the 4:21 mark in the 3rd quarter. Iowa City High on their first offensive series of the 2nd half goes 56 yards in 10.
So you look good in your team colors. GE refrigerators to keep your tailgate supplies fresh before heading to the stadium. GE stoves to cook your post-game victory feast. Huddle up with Slager sales staff and get the GE appliance that's right for your home team. GE and Slager appliances, 425 Highway 1 West, Iowa City. Too good to pass up.
Back at Dalzell Field, Andrew Schutt's kickoff goes in and out of the arms of Cody Krug. It's fumbled at the 20-yard line, and City High special teams are on the football. Last man up, is it Ryan Alberhaski, it looks like, that recovered the ball.
Brent, I don't know, can you call this a juggernaut right now, the way this City High team is just moving?
Just scoring a touchdown. They're right back on the field offensively, and we're going to have a flag thrown as there's confusion as to what personnel should be on the field. And they do not get the man off the field in time. That will be illegal participation, and this one will back City High back up.
And running that no-huddle offense, that's where everybody has to be on the same page. Even on the sidelines, you have to be in that ball game. You have to know what there's being called, what the formation is, where you're in. And it just is a case where not everybody was on the same page there for City High.
Back it up to the 24 after a penalty. Still a golden opportunity here. Do we have a new quarterback in?
Yeah, it's Keaton Jones.
Keaton Jones. Hands off to Phil Kenny. Works his way around the right side. Boy, he's just looking for bodies to run into now. He lowered the shoulder and took on 3 Mustangs as he's run out of bounds. And we have a young man that is down for Dubuque Hempstead, and this is not a good sight, Mark. He's not moving.
No. There they go. Kenny's gas tank is still full. He's still delivering some shots.
3:59 left to go here in the third quarter. 2nd and 10. From the 19. Jones out of the shotgun. Takes a 2-step drop, fires into the flat, complete to Kenny. He works his way inside the 15, down to the 10, and run out of bounds. We'll wait and see where the spot is on the far side of the field here. He got hidden, partially obscured by most of that secondary, but again, can't call it anything other than it looked like a design play, Mark. It's just designed to get him out around the line of scrimmage and then let him pick up yards after the catch.
Yeah, he's just rolling right out there in the flat. There's nothing fancy to that whatsoever. He just goes out to the side, and the defense just is not coming up on him whatsoever.
Pickup of 9 makes it 3rd and 1. Ball sits at the 10-yard line. And Keaton Jones a little confused as he looks over to the sideline, and now we'll call a timeout. We'll take one with them with 3:04 left to go.
Free Hills Bank check card with unlimited free Hills Bank ATM transactions. Free Hills Bank online to help keep track of your account. And there's more. Call, click, or stop in today to open your account. Hi, I'm Deb Gwynn with Hills Bank and Trust Company. Hills Bank, member FDIC, serving thousands of customers one at a time.
City High's snap of the football after coming out of this timeout goes to the fullback, reserve Ian Schutt. Schutt, a 5'10", 160-pound senior, and he does more than enough to pick up the first down, give him a gain of it looks like 3 on the play. Makes it first down inside the Dubuque Hempstead 10, 1st and goal at the 6. Keaton Jones with the pitch. Looks like Kenny, left side, cuts it back. Check if this is a new back, and he works his way into the end zone, trying to get a number. His jersey's rolled up on him.
Ryan Bohm.
Number 20, is it 26?
That was 36.
36. Ryan Bohm with the carry, 6 yards out, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, City High.
Tell you, this is neat to see for City High, putting in some reserves here in the third quarter, getting some playing time. Usually we don't see them this early in the ball game, but it's nice to see Coach Shavers getting some kids some quality time in this ball game, and that's what's going to help you down the line, getting kids some quality time and game experience.
So at the 2:43 mark here in the third quarter, City High tacking on here. Schutt's extra point is good, 42-10. That after trailing 10-0 in the first quarter. And right now I'm just looking at a group of young men on the Dubuque Hempstead sideline, Mark, that just can't quite figure. We still have another 12 minutes to be put on this clock before it's all over with.
We're going to see a lot of kids in this game, I have a feeling.
Yep. Substitutions will start flowing pretty freely now, one would think, for City High. Shutt, though, not being substituted for as he has another high end-over-end kick coming up and fielding it at the 10 is Thomas. Trying to get behind his wedge near side, turns the corner. He's got the 20, the 25, the 30, the 35. Boy, the pads are popping. Trying to get the number on the young man that came up and blew him a kiss. That would be number 24, Jake Henniger. Could hear it all the way up here over our crowd mic.
Gave him a nice smack there, but I thought Cody Krug got away with a little bit of a block in the back there, in the backfield there that helped spring him loose there. But tell you what, even though it's a little bit of a lopsided game, the hitting still is going on.
Both teams still going hard at it. 1st and 10 as Thomas run out of bounds at the 36. Edwards up under center. Takes a long count again. The handoff will go to Krug, trying to find something left side. Cuts it back against the grain, out across the 40, down to the 43. A pretty healthy gain. Call it about a good 6 or 7 on that play.
So as your City High, you're coming to this ball game, not a whole lot of experience returning from last year's team. You think he's just trying to find a good mix of players out here, giving some kids a chance that he knows that may have a chance here of playing time later in the year?
In talking with Coach Savers, they substituted freely. Granted, it was a blowout against Cedar Rapids Jefferson last week as the handoff goes to Ashe. He's across midfield, still keeping those legs pumping as he's dropped just shy of the 45-yard line of City High. And he said, look for the same thing tonight. He goes, we're trying to develop some depth. Obviously, you want your best 11 players on the field at any given time, but also by the same token, and that you've seen tonight, this has been a very intense, very hard-hitting game. Kids are going to need a breather from time to time.
I'm not sure how Kenny played as long as he did without the breather that he's had.
I don't either. 1st and 10 inside City High territory at the 46. Play action. Edwards rolling out near side. Lobs one near side. Nice fingertip catch. A reserve flanker into the ball game. Trying to get a number on the young man. It is Robert Foley. 5'7", 170 pounds and a junior. Makes a nice catch.
What'd you give him on that one?
What are we looking at here? About 14?
That's what I'd say, 13, 14?
This will be the 4th play of the drive. All of a sudden, Dubuque Hempstead moving fairly effectively as Ashe gets the call left side. Loses the football. It's loose in the backfield, and City High is on it.
That's two reserves in there, too, and they're still having their way with it a little bit. It looks like Aaron Jones. Is that who came in there?
Number 35. Picks it up, and the thing was, Ashe's momentum, he was still on his feet. Somebody wedged a helmet in there and just popped it out underneath his arm. Had the wing in there, and boom, he was still moving forward looking for extra yardage, and it just squirted back.
Yards there, but they still bowed their backs here and got a good or a big turnover there.
Little Hawks will take over on their own 33 as we've got a reserve back now getting the call up the left side, trying to get a number on the young man. What we got here?
Robbie Lehman?
Number 12.
Is it 12 or 41? 12.
Yep. I believe that's
Abelos?
You got it.
Running back by committee right now.
I was going to say, everybody, if you got a white and silver uniform on, you better be prepared to get some playing time. There's still a quarter left to go.
That's awesome, though.
Keaton Jones having a discussion with Abelos in the backfield, trying to get everybody on the same page. They need to get this play off. They're flirting with the delay of game. Out of the shotgun, Jones will hand off to Abelos, working the left side as he is wrapped up and brought down rather quickly.
No gain there, I don't believe.
Number 56, Matt Axtell, doing double duty in the trenches now. Originally was not a starter tonight, but getting the call in the defensive line.
Hempstead putting in some reserves as well, so both of them are getting some quality time here.
Buzzer sounds as the third quarter has come to an end. 42-10, City High with the lead and the ball. We'll be back to start the fourth quarter of play right after this.
Don't need to go any farther than Mercy Hospital.
Iowa City. Exceptional medicine, extraordinary care.
Snap of the football. The fourth quarter is underway, and Keaton Jones going deep into the air and misses his intended mark. One-on-one coverage, and now all of a sudden we have a late flag being thrown. Kyle Bowlesby was the intended receiver. He had one-on-one coverage, reached up, the ball went through his fingertips, and a late flag being thrown by the back judge, and we're going to have interference of some type here, and it's going to go against City High.
I was fearing that when they threw that flag there. I know that one, if I'm the official, I think I keep in my pocket. You had two football players trying to go after the football. Neither one of them made intentional contact or things like that to gain an advantage. To me, that one almost should have been a no call.
I would tend to agree with you, but that's not the way the men in stripes saw it, so we'll back it up here.
Impressive throw there by Keaton Jones.
He put some on the ball. I tell you what, it was there. It's just so was the defense.
Right. The ball and the defense were there at the same time. It was anybody's football. It was not clearly one, whether the offense or defensive player's football. It was anybody's football right there. But Keaton Jones,
possibly a makeup call from that touchdown earlier tonight, in your opinion?
Officials don't do makeup calls.
Of course they don't.
That would be unethical.
3rd down and 23 as my partner waxes semi-philosophical. Check out, this is 4th down, isn't it? And Andrew Schutt will punt for the first time tonight as he drops the snap, tries to get it away. A low line drive kick takes a huge City High bounce across midfield inside the 45, and that's where the line judge will spot it. How he got that ball off his foot, I don't know.
You know, it's a good thing you don't get points for style, because that one was not the prettiest kick that he's ever made in his life. I tell you what, it was a very effective result, though.
Got the job done.
You look at Hempstead, they're going to be going 0-2. Nobody thought that, but you look at their first 2 games they had to play. You got to go against Cedar Falls, you got to go against City High, and even City High in your own field. You know, it doesn't matter. City High, when they travel, when they play at home, they're coming ready to play.
Yep.
You know, whether they're down, they're up, they're always going to be in that ball game, and you never can take them for granted, as they've proven here tonight.
Well, we have some subs now on the field for Wahlert. 1st and 10 from their own 45. Just underway here in the 4th quarter. They trail 42-10. The handoff to Thomas, near side, cuts it back against the grain. Tripped up as he tries to work his way back up the middle. Number 56, Tim Sturgill, getting a piece of his shoe top to trip him up as he falls forward to the 47. We'll give him the 48. Gain of a short 3.
You know, Coach Ehlers, he's got a playoff team here. There's no question about it. He's got to instill that confidence in his team. You know, barring something tragically happening here, City High is pretty much going to go on and win this game. Yep. But he's got to use this as a stepping stone going forward.
2nd and 7. Edgewords surveying the defense. Handoff to the up back. Trying to get a number on the young man. It's not Ashe. He is not in the ball game right now. Number 45 would be Andrew Selkert. So I think maybe Coach Ehlers realizing he might as well give some of his starters a breather here, get some subs, some deserved and valuable playing experience, and try and regroup for next week.
Who do they have, Jefferson next week?
They have Jefferson. Not to say that any win would be an easy win, especially if you're 0-2, but Jefferson obviously struggling over the past couple of seasons.
You know, in the Mississippi Valley, anything's possible.
Yep. Handoff goes to Melkert. He'll work his way around left side, crosses the 45, down to the 41-yard line of City High, good for a 1st down. Get him almost 10.
Yeah, I was going to say you got almost 11, I thought.
Well, this will be the first time in Coach Ehlers' tenure at Dubuque Hempstead that a squad under his command will go 0-2 to start the season. They are not used to it. This is a prideful group. This is a school that does have some tradition. Granted, you have to go back a ways for it. About 2.5 decades to be specific. But they have had success here as the handoff will go to a new man. Upended. Getting the call right side will be a new halfback. Brian Wilging. 5'11", 160, and a junior. Gained himself
about 6.
Yep. Go ahead and give him 6. A squad that thought that they were back on the right track after winning 7 games last year, going to the playoffs. And not to say that you can't, but your margin for error has been reduced considerably. It's Edwards on play action, rolling out near side, fires a looper, and this one knocked down. Nice job. Again, really tried to throw a floater, threading the needle in between tight coverage, and Ian Shutt reaching up and knocking the ball down, smacking his hands together. He thinks he should have had that one.
I think Edwards is the only starter still in the lineup here for Hempstead offensively in a skilled position right now. Not sure who their backup quarterback would be, but
he's thrown for over 100 yards tonight.
Amazingly, and nothing long.
Nope. Longest a 23-yard completion to the tight end in the first half. Again, most of those after the catch. As the handoff will go to Wilging, trying to turn the near side. Nice job to feather that play out. Nothing doing as he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Robbie Lehman was right there to greet him.
Lehman did a nice job of pursuit there, keeping his shoulder pad square with that line of scrimmage and not letting that running back turn to get any forward momentum. So that's a great play there defensively by Lehman.
4th down and 3. At this point, Hempstead has nothing to lose. They'll go ahead and go for it in City High territory. Ball resting at the Little Hawk 34. Edwards. Another long count. They'll hand the ball off to Wilging, right side. Flag being thrown in the defensive backfield as he cut back against the grain, went up the middle, and inside the 30.
That's enough for the first down, but it may be coming back.
It might be. We'll wait and see. Although throwing in the defensive backfield, we'll wait and see here. Nope, holding will be the call against the Mustangs.
Well, when it rains, it pours. I tell you what, you just can't catch a break here. They had a nice play there, busted it right up the middle, had that first down yardage, and all for naught. Instead of 4th and 3, you're going to be 4th and 13.
Well, this changes things, at least as far as your playbook is concerned.
Yeah, and that pushes you back towards the 40-yard line here. And I think you got to bring in your punter now, don't you?
Actually, I think you probably still go for it. You're still on City High's side of the football field. I mean,
you don't make it.
If you don't make it, you still don't count on City High throwing a 50-yard bomb to try and run up the score.
They're going to keep the ball on the ground, obviously, and grind that clock out.
Certainly one would think a passing situation here. 4th and 8 from the 40-yard line. See if City High comes with all horses here. Just a good bull rush. Edwards across the middle. This one is complete. 35-30. His man, Corey Dillon, still working his way out inside the 25 and down close to the 20-yard line before he's run out of bounds on the far side. Well, again, nothing flashy. Yards after the catch.
That's where it is. I think he probably picked up a good 17 of those 19 yards there after the catch. It wasn't a very long throw like you said, but I tell you what, enough to light a little bit of spark here under this Mustang team.
And I'm looking at the City High coaching staff, and reserves or not, they were not happy with that. That was 4th and a ton, I should say, and they gave him a first down. Edwards will hand off. This one Wilging again, working left side, brought down from behind. A trio of Little Hawks meeting at the ball carrier. The first to get there, big number 72, Jake Tolan.
I say Jake was in there right away. Good job of pursuit right there. You mentioned the coaching staff over there not happy with that. Even though it's a lopsided ball game, both coaching staffs are still coaching.
Yeah, you still expect execution from your players.
There's still learning that needs to take place here.
2nd down and 5 from the City High 15. 7.5 minutes left to go in this ball game. Edwards, hand off. Willing. No, check it. Handoff went to the up back. I bit on the fake. You know, all night long, I've tried so hard to try and keep at least one eye on the guard because that's where you need to be looking in a wing T offense. Didn't want to bite on a fake. Couldn't quite get through an entire game. My apologies.
Yeah, the guard's going to lead you where the play is going to go in this offense.
I'll tell you what, we'll give credit to Willing for selling a pretty good fake. They pick up the first down. It is now 1st and goal from the City High 9. Willing and Selkert behind Edwards on play action. This one, a rollout bootleg coming out inside the 5 and dropped at about the 4-yard line. Edwards just a little bit shy as it looks like Ian Shutt there to lead the charge for City High.
You have to wonder for Hempstead, do they have a backup quarterback? It looks like, I think Stoltz or something.
Jesse Stoltz, number 5, was warming up, but he's since stopped.
In this type of situation, you want to leave him out there to possibly take an inadvertent shot or things like that, especially with an end call, boot call like that.
2nd and goal from the 4, and a measure of pride right now for the Mustangs trying to punch it in. Strong side is to the left. Handoff. Goes to the fullback as he dives in, and Selkert picks himself up a touchdown. Went right off the hip of, I believe it was big number 52, Justin Whitty, and he led him to pay dirt.
I tell you, when you look at the battle of the second stringers and the reserves right now, on that drive, I'm going to have to give the offense the edge over the defense of City High. That way, it looked almost like the first drive of the game for Wahlert. They just methodically marched the ball down the field pretty effectively. City High had their chances on a couple 4th and longs and let them go, and ultimately gave Hempstead the opportunity to score here.
Garrigus is on to attempt the point after. Kick is up. Well, what a weapon.
Wow.
You just got to figure if they could have even crossed midfield, gotten to within 30 yards or so on a couple of occasions. This is a young man that if the game was on the line, I wouldn't have any hesitation whatsoever if I needed a field goal to win it.
I tell you, at the end of the first half there where Hempstead had that football.
And granted, while Jefferson will have the home field advantage, you got to figure both teams are going for blood next Friday. Would be an interesting game to see. Well, Shutt has not given Dubuque Hempstead much of an opportunity for a return on a kickoff tonight. We'll see what Garrigus has got in his leg as he boots it from right to left. Oh, low squib kick. This one will go out of bounds, and there's the flag.
Wow. Did not expect that at all.
You know, I think were you there at the Regina Waco game last year, final game of the season? It got 3 of them in the 4th quarter to win a ball game.
Yeah. Then fell victim to the alphabet.
Yes, they did. 1st and 10 from the 35 as the handoff in the backfield. Keaton Jones will give it to Frankie Abelos. And he gets stuck, as you heard my partner mention, the contact there.
Elliot McAllister just came out of nowhere and gave him a shot.
That's going to be a loss of maybe a couple yards here. Let's see if they spot it. Right now, if you're City High, loss of 1. You just want to keep the clock running.
Who was the ball carrying that shot?
Abelos.
Abelos, okay.
And I hope we're pronouncing it correctly. Our apologies to the family. If not, we'll have more City High games before it's over.
And hopefully see him again.
5.5 left to go here in the ball game. Jones out of the shotgun. And he will pitch to Frankie. He'll try and work his way around the right side. Oh, man, and a quartet meet at the ball carrier. Well, we talked about execution, and right now Hempstead's reserves are really coming hard.
You know, watching Coach Sabers over there, he's not too pleased with the execution right now of this offense. It seems they're just a half a beat off with that pitch play, with that toss there from Keaton Jones to the backs right there. And I think that's something that Coach Sabers is definitely going to address here.
Give him a gain of 1 on the play, but that was a tough earned 1.
These reserves are hitting too.
Yep. Speaking of hitting, partner, you are in for a treat tomorrow night.
I'm looking forward to that one,
Jason Dumont and Stephen Grace over at West High as the Trojans will take on Cedar Falls tomorrow night. Battle at Titans. Promises to be a good one. On the air at 7 o'clock with our pregame. As Jones on a play fake will keep it, try to work right side, and he gets sent back. Boy, the pads are popping.
Just as much hitting it with the reserves as the starters, I can tell you that.
Hempstead making a statement right now. You've come into our house and you've put a licking on us, but don't expect to be able to just kind of downshift and dance your way through the final minutes of this ball game. Gain of 2, tough fought 2.
Comes the punting unit.
And Shutt will punt for just the 2nd time this evening. Trying to think off the top of my head who else we've got in action tomorrow night. I know West Branch, I believe, is home. Solon takes on DeWitt Central, top 10 ranked team in Class 3A. So head coach Miller and company not dodging it.
The Port City Union before he came down.
Yes, he
would.
would. Boy, he'd take a program, really no disrespect, that was in the tank and turn that around. And he has his hands full at Clear Creek Amana. Shutt a high but short kick. Will bounce across midfield, takes a City High hop, and inside the 40, down at the 39. And when I say that, Clear Creek Amana fans, not for lack of talent, but they've been bumped up to Class 3A.
I gotta say, when you look that they have to go to Class 3A, the district they get put in with Marion and the likes of that.
That is murderer's row.
Oh my goodness. I believe Waterloo Columbus is in there and things like that. Waverly Shellrock. I tell you what.
Powerhouse.
I mean, those are some football traditions that you're going up against. And they've got to be probably, if not the smallest, one of the smallest 3A schools in the state.
I will say this, though, Clear Creek Amana fans, and especially football players, if you happen to be tuning in tonight, if you listen to him, if you buy into that system, it's hard work. It won't come to you easily, but you can turn things around, and you've got the right man at the helm to do it. As we do have a backup quarterback in now for Dubuque Hempstead and Jesse Stoltz.
I think he'll be back in there, though.
Under 3 minutes now. The clock continues to run. Edwards, will they go with a long count with him as the handoff will go to Wilging, trying to turn the near side and stumbles forward, maybe picking up those two that they lost just a snap ago.
Defensive line under the reserves right now for City High looking a little bit better this series than they did the previous.
Amana, how about that host team? It was you were there at Mid-Prairie last Friday night.
Yeah.
It was kind of a battle of attrition, it sounds like. Regina winning by a score of 19-0. Coach Evans has the Regal fans hoping for some good things as the handoff. Again, we'll go to Wilging. He'll work his way out, spins out of a tackle, backpedals, a little extra pushing and shoving as he crosses the 45 down to the 46. Now under 2 minutes left to go in the ball game.
That Regina defense, I tell you what, is something special. They play a hard-nosed style of defense over there. And this Bell kid who's eligible to play now, I tell you what.
Can you imagine if it had him last year?
Mercy.
Behind that line, especially on the right side with Marshall Kloos.
Mm-hmm.
4th down and 4. Mustangs will go for it from their own 46. Handoff goes to the up back. That is Selkert working his way out past midfield. And I think on second effort, he dives across it, and he may get the first down.
Picked up the needed yardage there, so nice second effort there by Selkert to get that first down. And talking about Regina, one of their assistant coaches is a neighbor of mine, and talking about Bell, they have to pull him out of practice sometimes. He's hitting some kids a little bit too hard just to keep their kids healthy to play on Friday.
1st and 10. Ball sits at the 49-yard line of City High. $1:15 and counting. Handoff, Wilging, near side. Sidesteps one man, cuts it back against the grain. Bust 1, 2, 3 tackles as he works his way down to the 40-yard line.
Offense here for Hempstead showing some signs of life as he's real close to, picked up about 9, almost close to the first down there. But this Wilging has a nice little future ahead of him.
He does. Kind of a shifty runner.
Yeah.
Cuts back very quickly. Well, in a couple weeks, arch rivals, probably doesn't go far enough to describe them. You guys are going to be over at West Branch.
West Branch, Regina.
Hosting Regina. That one should be a fantastic ball game. Coach Peterson, Coach Evans going after each other as Selkert gets the call left side through a huge hole. Only one man barely tapped him, and he takes off as he's down to the 30-yard line before he's finally dropped. A few more substitutions. That one, Jeremy Mitchell for City High to make the stop.
Just rolling through that line, picks up about 11 yards there. It's just right up the center of the gut here, right in the middle of that City High line.
Simple, basic power football. 25 seconds and counting. 1st and 10 from the 30. This should be the final snap of the football, barring a penalty. Edwards, long count. Oh, somebody moved, but
no call.
No flag. Play action, fires across the middle, complete. Nice stick. As a backup tight end, Patrick Murphy, 6'2", 170, a junior, making a nice catch on a crossing route. Do you see who it was that put the wood to him?
I want to say Andy Wilson with an 81 up there.
Well, go for your call here. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Hempstead wants to run another play. Will they get it off? 2-1. They will not. And this one is over. Final score, Iowa City High 42. Dubuque Hempstead 17. Little Hawks now 2-0. Mustangs drop to 0-2. We'll take a 2-minute timeout, a 2-minute break. Back with a quick post game right after this. You're listening to Mississippi Valley Conference football on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Tired of doing the same old thing every